The Raw vs. AEW scoreboard has been wiped clean back to zero. The real question now is who's going to get on the board first this year, and how mad are people going to be about it. We also get into why I think Chris Jericho has been called up from AEW to the WWE, and I give my 13 reasons, my 10 reasons why I love indie wrestling. Smiley face. I'm Ian Fox. That's Joe. That's Brett. This is Pick the Push, the only wrestling podcast you can win. Let's get into it.
Pick the push. Call it sharp, call it clean. The push. No half steps, no in between. The push. No luck, no hush. Only legends survive when you pick the push.
No. Coolest thing to start this week is with the big WWE call-ups. So the confirmed ones are Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Jordan Grace, and as of Tuesday, it looks like Obafemi because he just vanquished the NXT title after defending against Leon Slater, which is weird because, why wouldn't you just have Leon Slater win it? Because he's dope.
Oh, he relinquished it?
Yeah, he won and then he just left it in the title, in the middle of the ring.
That's interesting.
Wait, was that also the main event?
I believe so, yeah.
I like two of those people. What is the middle one you said?
Trick Williams.
I don't have enough experience with Trick Williams.
He was the one that main evented at Lowell that we went to. Him and Santana.
The one that I went and made sure to show the clown emoji to.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
But I like him on Raw or SmackDown. That's one thing. I don't know what brand anybody's going to, but regardless, all of those names will make each one of them better. Especially
Dude.
Oba too, but
They're all gonna go to SmackDown.
I don't think all
Really?
of them. Javon, I think, is almost confirmed Raw. Might be the only one I might know.
Obafemi is SmackDown.
I would expect Obafemi SmackDown. Rumor is it's going to be Drew versus Oba.
Drew McIntyre,
Yeah, which kind of makes sense from the Saturday main event.
Yep.
big man.
But it's still, bottom line, all those names are awesome. It's still weird that they did that with Obafemi in the NXT title, but they are trying to make Oba look awesome, so they don't want him to lose. But also, he just lost to Ricky Saints not that long ago, so I don't get
Yeah.
it, but whatever.
Yeah, who knows? Whatever. Is there any other call-ups that I'm thinking of?
Dude, Javon Evans on Raw would be so good.
That I'm gonna love Raw. Oh, here's a call up. If you want to count it, I will throw this in there. Technically, being called up from AEW, Chris Jericho, I think is gonna make his way to the WWE roster at some point. That seems inevitable.
I'm thinking around the Rumble.
I heard a lot of rumors that he's gonna show up on this past Raw. Didn't happen, which is fine. I would expect the Rumble.
Yeah, I think that it was just to draw more attention to Raw. I think Jericho's not gonna show up until the Rumble. And that's if he fully signs and does everything with the WWE.
I think it's inevitable. He keeps posting WWE stuff all over his social media.
Yeah, and I think it's just gonna be but he's gonna be coming back at a Roman Brock capacity, where he's just gonna be a draw, and he's only gonna be around for
Pay-per-views.
yeah, pay-per-views and maybe one event a month.
Well, Raw has not been that great, and if he shows up on a Raw, it's going to instantly make it better. So regardless
Yeah.
of the capacity he shows up, it's still going to be better. But I will say, gearing into Raw versus AEW, I liked Raw. I liked Raw a lot.
I agree. Raw did a very good job this week.
I think it was more than just the title changes too for me. Those are always big for me. I liked everything. Well, not everything of Raw, but all put together. It's at least the best Raw of the year. Tell you that. Can promise you that.
Yep, first Raw of the year, definitely the best Raw of the year. Only uphill from here.
I don't know about that. It's gonna be a lot different. I felt like it was cool that they gave the Stranger Things theme to it. I didn't expect anything from that, and I'm not really a Stranger Things fan. But the effort was there, and I definitely felt like they were trying to make something really important. And I liked it a lot.
Yeah, you had 2 title changes. Those were kind of cool. Liv Morgan's first singles match in 7 months. That was pretty dope. But the main event, once again, fucking pointless.
It was a title match.
Yeah, cool. I guess.
I didn't want 2 title changes a lot. I do feel like they gave us those because we knew the main event wasn't going to be a title change. But also, I'm happy it wasn't a DQ, regardless of the finish. Like, maybe that's why I'm so optimistic about this Raw, because I was expecting it just to be not a finish.
I think it would have been better if it wasn't a finish.
Like a DQ? I think that's bad. I don't want more DQ.
See, I don't want more DQ, but I think for those two specifically, it would have been a little bit better because then they could have told the story versus like now it's just Punk beat Braun clean.
Yeah,
Period.
I'm fine with that.
I think that's weird. Why build Braun as the unbreakable badass just to have him fucking lose to
CM Punk.
like of all people, Punk?
Punk's the veteran.
Yeah, he's not tough though.
He might be the toughest guy on Raw besides maybe Penta, but Penta's just coming back.
You think Punk is the toughest guy on Raw?
Who else you putting out there?
Asuka?
Punk would fuck up Asuka. No, Sheamus is a good name. Maybe Rusev, but as far as the world
Sheamus,
title,
Rusev, Braun Breaker, fucking Gunther, AJ,
Yeah,
Gunter's a
dude.
good one.
AJ, Dragon Lee,
AJ Dragon Lee, dude. Yeah, you can't even argue with those.
Javon.
Dragon Lee is not a main eventer.
No, we're not talking about main event. I'm talking about people who are tough.
Yeah, but you have to be in the main event.
CM Punk's not tough. That's my point.
He shouldn't
That's
be
fine.
in main event. Is what what the argument is. Is it's
That's
not,
impossible. That's not like no.
What do you mean no?
CM Punk is too big of a draw to not be the main event or a main event. I'm not saying he has to be world champion.
I hear that people like him, and I hear that people don't like Gunther, and that's all good talk. But objectively, he's not. He's just not tough.
That's fine. I can accept that.
And to go back to Joe's point, like to have him be in a toughness match with Braun Breaker, who is a tough guy as far as I've seen, and have him be out toughed by somebody who is not tough, is kind of a letdown.
That's fine if you didn't like it. I'm still pretty high on this Raw. Yeah, even going over some of the AEW stuff, I'm still picking Raw this week.
I didn't really particularly like Raw, I have to admit, but I generally don't so far. But what I will say is that AEW was, outside of one match, AEW was botch fest. I felt like there were lots of botches. I felt like everybody was struggling to get the flow going. I think everybody's like, what do you call like people's the wrestlers' ability to play with the crowd and whatnot? Like the crowd sense. Everybody's crowd sense was all fucked up. Whereas with Raw, where it stitched together better, there was flow, and that's what I will give it to them. Outside the triples match, Jungle Boy and the Young Bucks versus the other Ricochet's
and,
team.
Was it GOA?
Ricochet and the Demand.
Ricochet and the Demand. That match was absolutely dazzling. The rest of them, people couldn't get their shit together, and I didn't really appreciate that. It made me kind of sad. So I pick Raw also.
Yep, I agree. I'm on Raw. St. Brown. That's a football joke.
So I liked a lot of AEW this week, but there was a lot I didn't like about AEW this week. I think the one match that Brett really liked, I did not. I fell asleep. I slept through that entire match.
To be fair, you fell asleep before it started.
Right before it started.
It's the right thing to do with anything Jungle Boy.
They started playing entrance music and I fell asleep. And then I woke up right afterwards. Bandito's music hit and I was like, oh, cool. We're watching Bandito now. Did I miss anything? And Brett's like, you didn't see the triples match? And I'm like, I guess not.
I was sad. I also liked Willow's celebration.
It seems like a filler episode. And I
Yeah.
hate to say that.
I agree.
This week for AEW felt like a filler episode. Swerve Hangman versus Hook and Hobbs was probably like, I was really excited for it, but because I was hoping that they were going to prove me wrong, but it was exactly what I expected out of that match. Kind of boring. Paige and Swerve took all the spots. It ended with, Swerve and Hangman using the chain to hang Hook. Cool.
Oh, yeah. I didn't notice when they switched it over, but they were using spotlights at the beginning, and they definitely weren't at the end. Did they come back from commercial and I didn't notice or something? But, that spotlight thing was terrible.
No, they literally just figured out that the spotlight thing was terrible and turned all the
Yeah, it was
house lights
awful.
on. I commented. I told you when it happened.
I did not notice. I was way too enthralled.
Yeah.
No, that was when I was like, oh, good. They decided their idea was dumb and they corrected themselves.
Yeah, at least they fixed that. But, yeah, bad on their part to do it that way.
God, I I didn't like either this week, but I think I liked Raw more this week.
Given the landslide to Raw,
Landslide to Raw.
I think we have to, or I think I have to because like
Raw starts 1-0. This is the only time Raw has ever had a lead.
I don't like how Raw ended, and I didn't like maybe 2 of the promos for Raw, but everything else was pretty good. All of the matches were pretty good. So it's like I'm not really upset by any of that except the main event.
I would say Raw's best one of the year and AEW's worst of the year.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if Raw won as much as AEW lost this week.
I was going for that one, yeah.
That's fine if that's how you guys feel. I don't feel that way. I definitely feel like Raw won, but I can get it.
I really don't like the Braun Breaker versus CM Punk match. I hated everything about it. Actually, the only part that I liked about that was that CM Punk clenched his butt cheeks so hard that he ripped the turnbuckle pad off the top.
That was so funny. The fucking cover. Oh,
I
hilarious.
liked that. That was really funny.
Something else that I'll give credit to is that we were talking about that weird botch where Braun landed on his head, and like
Yep.
I don't give a care about how you feel or whatever, but like that was interesting enough where people were talking about it in our Discord after the fact, and I feel like that is not something that's ever happened on a Raw like very often at all.
I was really interested
Yeah.
in that too because there was actually a conversation around it. It wasn't like, yeah, that's clearly a work. That wasn't a clearly a work, or like whose fault it was, whose fault it was that did the botch. I thought that was really interesting to hear from those people.
Yeah, I liked it, and like I said, that just adds to like why I think this Raw was a better Raw.
Yeah, I could agree with that. That it at least had a lot of talking points versus I don't really have anything I care to talk about with AEW other than like,
Welcome back, Young Bucks.
no, cool, I
Yeah,
get to see
that's
MJF
cool.
next week.
Right.
God, MJF's promo to Bandito was so good though. It was so good.
Yeah, translate all that. I've been monologuing for 20 minutes. Translate.
It's so disrespectful and so funny.
Before I get into my promo, I just want to say that we are 3 weeks away from the Royal Rumble Pick the Push Royale. It'll be Jared versus Japeth 1-on-1 for the championship. Highest points will be the next contender at the next event.
That's going to be a pretty tight race. Those are two strong competitors. But don't let Jared hear me say that.
I won't tell him. He doesn't listen to the podcast. But also,
Perfect.
the Royal Rumble will be like a weird event anyway, where there's going to
Oh.
be so many bonus questions. Like, it'll all be, like, organized in a very similar way. I don't have a specific way I'm going to do it yet, but, like, that's going to be a huge match. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be worth a lot of points, but there will be a lot of points also that you can get on the side.
How many matches do you think are going to be on the Royal Rumble? Just 2?
No. I want to say at most 4.
Yeah. 4 matches.
So 2 Rumbles.
Yeah, 1 Rumble to start, two matches in between, and then the other Rumble.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly.
Do you guys have any insight who's going to be on those 2 main, not Rumbles, but the 2 singles matches or whatever they are?
I would guess Cody and
Cody and Punk.
maybe Punk. I was even going to say Jade Cargill maybe,
I'll put a women's match in there.
because Vakir is injured, right?
I think so. They didn't really say what they were doing with her title. She just came out in a boot and had her get attacked a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe that's just Vakir versus Raquel, like straight up 1-on-1. Like that might be a thing.
Yeah, have it be like a grudge match or something. Who knows?
If she's good to go, I don't know what the deal with the boot is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Oh, you know what? And a shout out to Raw also. Raquel is actually starting to get good. And I like that.
Yeah, they're giving a decent push. Are you guys ready to hear my top 10 reasons why I love indie wrestling?
Because you love indie wrestling. I know.
Of course.
I feel like this is really easy for you to
so
do
much.
because of how much you love indie wrestling. I feel like you would just pull out all these reasons.
Listen, this week went by so fast because I was so excited to say how many things that it was like I had to cut down the list. There was so many things that I had to, think about what was worth the top 10. It really wasn't a struggle to just totally find random things to try and put on this list or anything like that at all. To preface this, there's a couple indie feds that I like. I don't really follow them, and I don't really pay attention to indie because I don't really care that much. I'll get into it, but it's really not a thing for me. I like watching WWE or AEW as long as it's mainstream. People are talking about it. I like being up on that stuff. Not trying to shit on indie. I don't care. I don't follow. But that being said, the top 10 reasons on this week's Watch Mojo. Sorry, that was different. That was a different list. So my top 10 favorite things about indie wrestling. Number 10, ripcords. Anything with a ripcord is better, whether it's a ripcord clothesline, ripcord just punch right to the face, or a ripcord low blow. Love it. Ripcords are cool, and there's a lot of them in indie wrestling. Number 9 are anybody that would consider themselves a spot monkey because they might get seriously injured, but they're going to make that bingo hall fucking rock because they're going to do some cool ass shit. So spot monkeys are number 9. Number 8, straight up, chaotic wrestling. There you go. That's one of the feds. I fucking love chaotic wrestling. I don't follow it as often as I should, but I absolutely love it, and that's not even a joke on this list. I just straight up like chaotic wrestling. Number 7, how unhinged the crowd can be, because not only will there be the crowd is what it is. I'm not trying to shit on how many people there are, but the people that are there absolutely love it. And they are going to get in so many people's head. Like, they're there just to fuck with the wrestlers for the most part. At least there's some of them. And that's hilarious. Like, the guys that are really into it, that like are really getting on these guys' nerves, love that. Hilarious. Number 6, thigh slaps. Similar to ripcords, thigh slaps just make everything better, not just super kicks, but, maybe even a lariat or a clothesline. Why not? Anything thigh slap, better move it. It hurts more. It's guarantee.
Yeah.
Into number 5, we got people watching. I know I just talked about some of the people that get in some of these heads, but some of those people that go there are creatures. No offense to any of them there, but the people that know what I'm talking about know. I'm not saying everybody, but there's some interesting characters that go to some of these places. Number 4 would be gimmicks, and I mean this by matches and wrestlers. So like wrestlers always have some very interesting gimmicks when you see them at these indie shows, and they also create some very interesting match types. Mystery wrestling being the biggest and best one that has the weirdest match types. And as much as I want to shit on some of these, mystery wrestling is hilarious, and I absolutely love that shit. That's amazing. Number 3, the absolute ridiculous amount of destroyers you'll see. I feel like any legit indie show you see, there's at least like 3. There's so many destroyers. It's one of the most overused moves ever, but it's still badass, and I love it. Number 2 is straight up just being there. This is my caveat to indie wrestling. As much as I do want to shit on it, being there makes any wrestling show you see significantly better. Like, you can get into it regardless if it's like you're just watching people learn how to do it, or if you're at WrestleMania. Like, there's plenty of in between there, but just being there, you're gonna enjoy it more. And that is legitimately a reason I love indie wrestling, and that's why it is number 2. Number 1 is the thumb train, and I refuse to explain that. It just is what it is. Understand it's number 1, the thumb train. Good luck. Don't search that. Have fun. And, that's our top 10.
Oh,
I had
no.
something ready. I had something to say that was positive about number 2, but now I'm scared about what the thumb train is.
Thumb train.
What's
That's
the thumb train?
is that CZW or GCW?
I want to say GCW.
You know what I'm talking about with Juice and Thunder Liger.
Yeah. Oh no, that. I'm not sure. That's either. I'm gonna have to look it up to tell you which
That's
one it
fine.
is.
You don't have to
What?
look it up.
What's
And
the
if you
thumb
find it,
train?
that's great. But I would consider that indie wrestling, even though like it's near the top. It's legit. It's one of the good ones, but it's the thumb train.
Preach on the crowd though, dude. I've only been to a couple of indie shows, man, but friggin' frick, it's so amazing being there.
That's why it's worth it.
I'm a bit of a shit. I'm pretty critical when we're watching AEW and Raw and things like that, but with the roar of a small crowd in a small room, wrestling is just better.
Yeah, everybody on the same page, just enjoying the same thing.
The thumb train. It was PWG.
PWG. Oh, I should have known. My apologies. That makes way more sense too. But yep,
with an absolutely
Oh,
amazing cast of people for that thumb train.
some of the greatest thumbs you could think of.
Yep.
What in the hell is this?
All right, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of Pick the Put.
Yeah, put me out of my misery, dude, because that's going to keep me up at night. Whenever you bring up CZW and whatever all the other ones, I suddenly become
This
scared.
is not a that thing.
No,
This
it's
is
not
not a
that.
hardcore
It's not
but I was
hardcore.
thinking it was a hardcore place that it happened.
Yeah, no. This was PWG, which is still hardcore because that's with that's where Super Dragon was.
Right.
Jesus.
But
All I can
obviously
think-
not a CZW thing.
It sounds like Thumb Centipede in my head so far.
Close. Very close. All right. You guys have fun. We'll see you next week. Don't forget the Royale's coming up soon, and follow us on the stuff. Instagram, you know what it is. Do you guys have any last words? Say your
Nah.
prayers, eat your vitamins.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great week.
Foon.
Oh,
Foon.
Jesus.
Foon.
No.
Aller, pick the push. Call it sharp, call it clean. The push. No half steps, no in between. The push. No luck, no hush. Only legends survive when you pick the push. Boards light, hearts race, crowd reacts. Every pick swings, no room for slacks. Bluff fails quick, mistakes break fast. Every choice lands, nothing's left to chance. Climb the ranks, feel the surge, hit it hard, no room to purge. Eyes locked, focus tight, every swing counts in the fight. Predicted the twist, caught us all flat. No way you had that. Pick it right, own the night. Pick it wrong, still stand your fight. Every call cracks, every swing crush. Step in the ring, pick the push. I learned pick the push. Call the plays on the night. Push. Make it land, hold it tight. Push. No slack, no hush. Only legends survive when you pick the push. When you pick the push. When you pick the push. When you pick the push.
What is that? Cinder blocks?
Cinder blocks.
Cinder blocks.
They bring in the curb to the stomp.
Ah. Oh, staple gun. Put it in his butt. Put it in his butt. Oh, his arm.